Welcome. SPX 2011, we're back with some interviews. I'm Rusty.
Joe, and we have Alec Longstreth.
I'm Alec Longstreth. Nice to see you.
Hold the mic just a bit closer.
There we go.
Good to see you all in digital land. I'm Alec Longstreth. Hi.
He can see you out
I
there.
can see you. Almost touch us. So you make comics.
I do make comics, yes.
That's cool.
You're very passionate about your comics.
I
making.
love comics. Comics are the best.
They are the best, aren't they?
They are. Don't let anyone tell you different. Comics are the best. Sorry if you think otherwise, but you're wrong.
What if someone else says like water fountains are the best?
You could have a water fountain.
Right.
You could draw a comic about it, and that's better, right? But you
Because
can't
it's a
have
comic about a water
comic.
fountain.
Exactly.
So you just did that.
You can't have a water fountain that's spewing out comics.
No.
So therefore, QED.
Boom.
Next.
Yes.
Can't beat facts.
Right.
No.
So what comic, do you have just one main comic that you work on or a number?
I draw Phase 7, which is my main comic. My goal is to try and get to issue 100 before I die.
Nice.
Are you sick?
I'm not sick. No.
Boom.
Sweet.
Done.
I better not be sick. I'm only on issue 16, so I got a lot of work ahead of me.
Stay
We're
healthy.
in your corner, don't worry.
They'll pull issue 100 out of my cold, dead hands when I'm 90, whatever, God willing. And then I also work on a comic with my buddy John Chad. It's more of a zine. It's called Drop Target, and it's a pinball zine.
Oh, that's
really?
cool.
So if you're into pinball, we're into pinball too.
Just last weekend I went to the National Pinball Museum in DC.
Nice.
Place is fantastic.
It just closed, right?
Yeah, like last week.
I was gonna go to it, but then the timing didn't work out.
I think they're moving it to Baltimore, so
sweet.
it'll be around.
Yeah, we'll see it again. Yeah, I love pinball. I just bought my first pinball machine last year.
Oh, nice.
What'd you
Medieval
get?
Madness. Just
No
like the
shit.
king there.
No
That's
way.
like the best pinball game
That's
ever.
our favorite
Yes.
pinball machine.
I totally lucked out. I got like a Medieval Madness in perfect condition. You wouldn't even believe it.
So not too far from here in Rockville, where we're at, there was a putt-putt golf course, and they had a small arcade associated with it. That's what we played.
Yes.
Nice. Good
It's
times.
amazing.
Pinball's good times. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like second, right behind comics, but comics are still number one.
Yeah.
Never forget that.
Never forget that. If you think otherwise, you're wrong.
You're
Foolishness.
crazy and wrong.
Crazy and wrong.
So how long have you been doing Phase 7?
I started in 2002, so I'm coming up on 10 years.
Nice.
This December, next December will be 10 years. So
Wow.
I've drawn 1,200 pages of comics since 2000.
That's a hell of a lot of comics.
So I'm trying to get to 2,000. Dave Sim in his self-publishing guide says you got to draw 2,000 pages of comics before you draw your first good page of comics.
Oh.
So I'm still burning through my, my crappy 2,000 pages.
Your practice pages
Yeah.
to get there.
That just
Then I
makes me
can-
think I have to draw a whole bunch of bad stuff.
Yeah.
Like just do this, that's
Oh,
one.
No, you still got to try.
Is that in there
It
too?
doesn't count. They know.
Dave Sim thinks of everything.
Yeah.
You
They can
still
tell
gotta
if you don't try.
You still gotta try.
So I'm almost there. So that's exciting. I'll get to 2,000 pages, and then I'll know what I'm doing. Hopefully by then. So maybe another 5 years or something. Whatever. I'm in it for the long haul. See
You're
you
never
issue
gonna
100.
stop. Why
right.
does it matter?
Exactly.
You're never gonna stop making comics.
Yeah.
Everything, you'll just be better.
Draw comics forever. That's what I always say.
Yes.
DFE or F or whatever. Draw
Just-
comics.
just
I don't
draw-
even know what it is.
Draw
I'm not-
comics for
letters
freaking
are
Comics
ever.
every day.
There you go. So you've worked on the Paper Cutter anthology too, have you
Yeah,
not?
yeah. I guest edited issue 6, which won Ignatz for outstanding debut when that award still existed. And I put out Dragons with my buddy Greg, who's Tugboat Press. We co-edited that together.
Very cool.
So yeah, I love working with Tugboat Press. They're great.
Yeah, I can tell you, we were inspired by your Ignatz acceptance speech.
Oh,
for
cool.
That was very
Did you
cool.
win one for your own work?
Yeah, I
as
won
well?
one for Phase 7,
That's
number
what I
5.
think we're
Yeah.
thinking of.
That's one where I
It's-
burst into tears.
it was
in front of
amazing.
everyone.
It
Yes.
was the best thing.
It was so awesome.
There are a few things we've seen at the Small Press Expo, specifically at the Ignatz over the years. One of them was, we mentioned in another interview, Will Eisner gave like a keynote address.
Whoa.
And it was inspirational.
And he ended it with, "Don't let the bastards grind you down."
Come on
And
now,
it was
right?
like,
Don't let the bastards grind you down.
Will Eisner is my
Wow.
hero. That was
And then
amazing.
one of the other moments is you accepting your award.
Yeah, that was intense for me. Matt Fizzell was one of my self-publishing heroes.
is
He
great.
gave it to me, and it was just, I got very emotional because my comic book means a lot to me, and
Yeah.
it was just nice having everyone there, and I was feeling the SPX love.
Absolutely. That's one of the best things about the show, outside of the comics,
Yeah,
is
which
the
are number one.
right.
Yes.
No, sorry. And community.
Community.
The community is
Yes.
great here.
No, it is. It's my favorite show. I go to a lot of shows, and SPX is the best show. For that very reason, you're like hanging out at the hotel, kind of out here in Bethesda, just hanging out. It's all about the love of comics. Great stuff in there. There's so many good comics in there. It's just awesome.
You can always discover something new.
Yeah.
And that's what when the first year we came to the Small Press Expo, we saw people that had, it was very early on in the first couple of years of the show, but we saw the people that just made their own books, and it really never occurred to us that you could just make your own book.
Yeah.
You can just go to the Kinko's or go wherever, and then your book's done.
You could make a comic.
Well, it's like we'll go to like a mainstream convention or something like that, or be in a comic store or something, and people ask this question like, "How do you get into comics?" And it's like you make one.
You're in.
That's it.
That's
yeah.
it.
That's all
No
it is.
barrier of entry.
Grab a pen. Yeah, we just did the workshop for. I work at the Center for Cartoon Studies. We just did a workshop, and 100 people drew their first comic right there. All you need is a pencil and a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Off to the races.
And a story.
Yeah. And as we know, comics are the best. So I want to be a part of the best.
You can get right into the best, just like that.
Start drawing comics. Yeah.
I think you need to start branding comics are number one. Like, that's yours.
Yes.
You can own that and just take it everywhere.
That's everyone's.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Why was I doing that?
Community is number 2, and then pinball is number 3. I'm downgrading pinball from 2 to 3.
It's all right.
Still pretty good.
This is nice. I think you have a really good outlook on life.
Thanks,
when your
man.
number 1, 2, and 3 are comics, community, and pinball.
Seriously, that's a
Comics,
world I want to live in. That's
friends, and you got to play some pinball with those friends.
Yeah,
sometimes.
something to do.
Absolutely.
Life is
when
good.
you're not making comics.
It's like that in that Weezer song. That guy says, "Life is so rad."
It is.
That's exactly the way it is. Life is so rad.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you're working on now?
I'm working on my big first graphic novel. It's called Basewood. I cut my hair 3 years ago, and I vowed to not cut my hair again until I was done with the book.
Oh, wow.
So I'm about 3 months away from finally cutting off my beard. My hair, I have it up, but it goes down to, it's crazy.
Wow.
So it's been an interesting, trying couple of years for me.
I would be concerned that your hair would impede your creative process. Like, you just can't draw
You
because
get
the hair
ink
gets
in it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then you're damning yourself there.
Well,
you're just lengthening the problem.
It's just like a good reminder to show other people how hard it is to make comics, how long it takes. When you hold a book in your hands, that often represents not even 3 years, but 5 years. What Habibi's coming
Absolutely.
out. Craig's been working on that for 7 years, 8 years or something. So these things are really a labor of love and helps you appreciate every line and stuff that goes into there.
Comics really are, a work of passion, because there's not exactly a one-to-one relationship between, what somebody else can get out of what you make, and as far as, maybe it'll take a half hour to read, 20 minutes to read, and you may have spent months on it.
Oh,
That's
it's
not
very
long.
humbling. Yeah, it's very humbling to work your ass off on something and someone just flips through it and they're like, "Oh yeah."
Like,
You're like, "Wait, did you read this part?" And they're like, "Yeah, I
But
got
did you
that."
think about it?
And this part, how it connects back. I got the whole thing. And
Like,
you're
you need
wow.
to spend all day on this page, right?
Yeah.
If you
Like
really,
I did.
really take it in.
Well, my dad, I made that point to my dad once, and he said, "Well, yeah, if enough people read it, maybe you only look at the page for 15 seconds, but if 100 people look at it, maybe those 15 seconds start to add up to the amount of time it took you to draw it." So that's a nice way to think
That's a
about
very
it.
good.
I like what your dad
that.
thinks.
Yes.
Thanks, Dad.
Dad's number 4, maybe?
Hey, family.
There you go.
I'm going to even bump pinball down to number 4. Family's number 3.
Yeah, we can always play pinball in the spare time. That's
Yeah.
all right. Family's first.
I really like
Maybe
this.
family's a tie with community.
They kind of tie together.
Yeah.
in a
Family
sense.
can be your community.
It's
Yeah.
a type
So
of
pinball back
community.
up to number 3.
Yeah, pinball's still number 3, guys.
I feel like we're on the best edition of Family Feud ever.
Yes.
Like, we're just unveiling answers here.
Bling.
Oh,
No, sorry.
it's not water fountains. We know that much.
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
Water fountains.
I don't know how long this list goes, but they're at the bottom. Broken water fountains,
Broken water
number
fountains.
100. You're like, you're
It's
thirsty.
like a bike without
You're
wheels,
thirsty, you get there, no water.
and you don't know until you hit that button.
Yeah.
Because it looks
infuriating.
exactly the same.
So
frustrating.
the very moment you expect to get the water is when you find out you're not going to get the water.
Yeah, it's rough. All right, well, I think we've covered some really good ground here, guys.
I think we've
so.
done
I
a
think
lot
this
to
has been
change
very,
the
very
world.
Just keep drawing comics. That's the key.
That's
what it
important.
comes down
Just
to.
make some comics.
Draw comics every day. That's what I say.
I'm glad you say it, because if you didn't say it, I don't know who would.
All right, there you have it.
Thank you very much,
All right,
Alec.
Yes, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.